Guys, today's gonna be a short video on how you guys can hire cleaners. Whether you are hiring, actual cleaning employees or if you're hiring subcontractors, at the end of the day, hiring cleaners is probably the most important part of running your cleaning business. So it's very important that you properly screen candidates and get the right cleaners so that you can properly operate your business. Because if you get cleaners that aren't very dedicated or who are very kind of just they don't really care about the job, then you're going to be getting a lot of refunds, you're going to be getting a lot of complaints, and it's just going to make operating very, very stressful. So cleaning, I guess hiring is probably the most important part of running a cleaning business. Okay, so here are 3 steps on how you should hire cleaners. So the first step is obviously you have to post a a job ad on a job website. So for most countries in the US, in the United Kingdom, in Australia, just choose a job website. So this could be Indeed.com, this could be Seek.com if you're in Australia. Just even Facebook, you can hire people on Facebook. Gumtree, there's a lot of different places you can hire people. Just go to the top websites and post an ad. Now on this ad, you want to include the pay, the responsibilities of the job, the working conditions, how many hours the job is. This is just to ensure that you're properly screening people. Now the thing is, a lot of people, they're not going to read the ads. They're just going to apply anyway. You're just gonna have to screen these people out. I mean, it's very unfortunate that a lot of people they don't really bother to read the ad in detail and actually make sure that it'll be a good fit. So your job is to screen these people. So after about maybe a few days, you're going to start to see a lot of applications. So what you want to do is, firstly, you want to look through all the applications and you just want to pick out a few people to contact. Maybe I usually just pick maybe 5 to 10 people. I look at, I don't just look at the resume. I look at their previous experience, their background, whether they can speak English properly. And then from there, what I do is I send them a short text or a message. And it's basically just a list of questions I send through. I send this through every time to screen the candidates. So the list of questions I send through could be asking them, do they currently have a car on the license? How many hours are they looking for every week? Because some cleaners, they're looking for like 40 hours, 50 hours a week. And if you can only offer them 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week, then they're going to leave you. This actually happened to me pretty recently. I hired someone, they had a misunderstanding, they expected more hours, and I told them that we couldn't offer them more hours, and they ended up leaving. So it's very important that you screen them so that there's no miscommunication, there's no misunderstandings further down the line. So what I do is I ask them a list of questions. How many hours are you looking for? Do you currently have a driver's license? What's your cleaning skills? What's your cleaning ability like? How well do you speak English? I just asked them a list of questions just to make sure that they're a good fit, and at the same time, they're actually good cleaners. They have the skills, and they're not just someone who just works maybe a few months and leaves. Okay. Now, once I've asked them these few questions, what I do is I have them join on a trial/training period. Okay, and what this period is it's basically just 5 shifts. Okay, so I have them do 5 cleaning shifts. Now, if they do each one of these shifts without any complaints, any issues, then I hire them. They've passed the test, I hire them. If they have a complaint, maybe the first shift, maybe the second shift, what I do is I get the feedback from the customer and I send them back to redo the shift and have them complete the remaining 5 shifts. If remaining 4 shifts, right? If they do that well, then they can stay. If they don't, then they can't stay. They have to go, right? That's just what I do. And also another thing is I primarily hire females. I only hire females in terms of actual employees. If I'm hiring subcontractors, I don't discriminate. But when it comes to employees, I prefer females. And I don't know if this is maybe some sexist thing, but every time I've hired a male employee, they've always given me problems. They've given me issues, right? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the male ego. When you're managing staff and they don't like having another male manage them. I don't know what it is, but most times I've hired males, I've always had issues. So I prefer to hire females, preferably that they can speak decent English. Okay, so there's no communication issues. That's what I do. Now during the course of the cleaners, the cleaners time with your business, there's going to be times where there's this miscommunication. Maybe they have issues. Maybe they haven't done a good job. This is something I've learned pretty recently. Is you want to give them a chance, right? You want to initially you do want to give them a chance. So if they make a mistake, you don't want to just fire them and get rid of them just because they made one mistake. Mistakes are going to happen, and it's a good way for you to learn how to implement new processes in your business, and how to prevent things like cancellations and stuff like that. But but with that said, it's important to note that you don't want to give them too many chances, right? You give them one chance. I max will only give two chances, right? But honestly, at this point, I'll give one chance. If they mess up the second time, there's a major mess up, especially if you've told them about how you operate and how what they have to do beforehand and the standard of quality that you. So like I said, you do want to give them a chance, right? But after the first time, if they mess up again, you just have to get rid of them. You don't want to be giving out too many chances. You don't want to be seen as like too soft, right? Unfortunately, this is just part of the business. You have to give them a chance, but you can't be too soft. So if you're a soft person, you're not. I guess the term, it's probably ruthless. If you're not a ruthless person, then running a cleaning business, managing employees isn't really a good job for you, because to manage all these people, you have to have some level of ruthlessness. Because if they just can step all over you and then they can just do whatever they want and not follow instructions, then what's the point? If they're gonna mess up your business, they're gonna mess up the margins, and you're gonna get complaints all the time. So what's the point? I say it's better just to be ruthless and just ensure that they actually follow the proper instructions. If they don't follow the instructions, they're gonna mess up. They're gonna mess up jobs. It's gonna cost you money. So it's actually impacting you. And I made this mistake, right? So basically, I would be I'll let staff pretty much do what they want. A lot of the times, I'm pretty flexible as well. To be honest, I'm not like some super, like you must do this, and if you don't listen, you're gone. Like I'm not like super inflexible, but at the same time, they have to follow instructions. That's the point. That's the point of the job. They have to follow their responsibilities and all the instructions. Otherwise, there's going to be refunds. It's going to cost you, and they're just going to keep trying to push and push you. They're going to demand more pay. They can demand more and more. So you want to be balanced, but you don't want to be too overly flexible. So that's something very important to note. Very, very important. But with that said, that's pretty much the whole process. So post the ad, screen them with the message, have them join on a trial. If they pass the trial, they're good. If they don't pass the trial, give them one chance. If they fail, then they're gone. Like simple as that. And look out for you. Kind of this is more less concise, but you kind of just want to judge their vibe. Like I know this doesn't really sound specific. Like judge their vibe. It's not really practical advice, but you can kind of tell the type of person they are and the type of personality, I guess, and how their friendliness, right? That's something that's pretty important. If you've hired someone and they don't appear very friendly, and they don't appear to have good customer service skills and that type of thing, then I say that's a red flag as well. So you want to just kind of test their vibe, make sure they're not, what's the word? I guess they have social skills, right? Make sure you're not hiring someone who's socially awkward and who's kind of like not very into the job, who's not very enthusiastic. You want to hire people who have a good vibe, right? Have a good personality, who are positive people. And this will also impact how the clients see your your cleaners and your business as well. Because if they see that your staff are positive, they're friendly, this actually boosts your quality a lot more. I would even say you can probably even charge more if you have friendlier staff. Um, so that's just something to keep in mind. But overall, yeah, that's the whole process. So yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, beforehand, once your staff have passed the 5 trial shifts, then what you do is you would send them an employment contract, basically signing and have them onboarded, and then from there you can add them to your software and then have them give them more regular shifts. Okay. Yeah, that's it.